Evening, everyone, and welcome into another exciting night here in the FRR Racing Series, where we have 8 drivers left competing in the championship run, with 4 races remaining before we go to Phoenix and call this season a wraps. Joined tonight, like we have been throughout the entire playoffs, and it has been an honor to broadcast with him, Mr. G. Petrau. Sir, how are you doing this week?
Doing good. I had a good couple of races myself in the Truck and Xfinity series, and now I'm looking forward to watching these Cup guys go around this Roval.
Heck yeah. I'm excited about the Roval, man. Um, 17 turns, 12 left-handers, 5 right-handers, 2 chicanes. We have had, I believe, 3 guys get on the all-time records this week during practice. Um, I really believe that it's going to come down to qualifying. That's how I feel tonight. I feel it's going to be a whoever qualifies better is going to finish better because there's 3 or 4 of them that are just right there, tit for tat. Um, the regulars, Favre, Perky, um, True Death has been throwing down some killer lap times this week and consistent lap times. And, Niners' favorite, Shovelhead. Shovelhead has been throwing down some great lap times this week as well. Have you had an opportunity to practice with him at all this week?
I have, and I even posted my personal best here in practice with them.
Well, I
Um,
posted my personal best too, but when you were shooting with a 123, there's only one way to go.
yeah, for the longest time I couldn't get out of the 120s, and then started practicing with them this week, and I got down to a 119, and I actually improved my time. I'm down to a 116.3, so that's
Heck,
good for me.
heck yeah. So we've got 4 races left before Phoenix. Single eliminations for the next 4 races. So we have tonight is the Roval in Charlotte, and then next week is Las Vegas, which I love Vegas. Again, these guys really good at Vegas. A lot of them have very similar cars. The spring race in Vegas had almost a 4 wide finish between teammates for the win on that one. Was a fantastic race. After that, we have Homestead, which is somewhere we haven't been yet this season. And that track will throw people for a loop because there's like 6 lanes at Homestead, and the first part of a run your car will be good on the bottom. The second part of the run your car's good in the middle, and the last part of the run your car's good on the high side or the low side. So racing with a bunch of these guys at Homestead in the past, I mean, that's going to be a hell of a race. And then that brings us to Martinsville, um, where we decide who's going to be racing for that millions and millions of dollars at the end of the season. All right, and we got our top 10 lineup on the pole is Favre 114.0. Wow. All right. And Flash 9 starting second. Heck yeah. All right. Okay. Shovelhead third. Wow. All right. Okay. Hell yeah. Good job. Okay. Gonna go all the way to Phoenix. All right. And Dan the man 10th. So starting lineup is Favre, Flash, which is amazing G. Petrau, that this is probably Flash's one of his best qualifying efforts of the season because he made it to practice this week, and now he's going to be starting right next to Favre. That's just going to be leading for a great race right there. You got Shovel third, Typical fourth, and all of those guys right there, in case you couldn't hear Mucko there, all those guys, the top four there, all qualified in the 114 bracket. 114.0 was Favre, 114.5 was Flash. I mean, like I said, this is going to be crazy tonight. You got Perky starting fifth, True Death sixth, Mucka seventh, Field Filler eighth, Pittman ninth, and Dan the Man starting 10th. All right, and what's our go time? All right, go time's in about a minute. So, with all that being said, G. Petrau, you there, buddy? G. Petrau. Well, he's not there, but I'll go ahead and let everybody listening know. So, the bottom three in points right now, and this is going to be really close watching this tonight. We're going to be doing a couple points updates throughout the race after stages and stuff, just so you can kind of see where people are, because this is really interesting. All the RCR guys that are left, Twitch, True, and Shovel, are within 6 points of the cut line. So that's a very, very close watch right there between those three guys. Duking it out tonight, and they're all teammates. So, yeah, we're going to keep a close eye on that. And so here we are, Charlotte Roval, 17 turns, 12 to the left, 5 to the right, 2 chicanes, and a lot of fun. And I know G. Petrau will be back here soon, and then Sniper's going to join us in probably about 20 minutes. All right, good luck.
Niner, I'll be right back. My mom called.
Okay. All right, guys, as we're joining in here, I'm excited for this one. This one has been on my bucket list all season. I love FRR road courses. They get me super excited. All right, here we are, lap one. FR Favre pulling out to the lead. You got Shovelhead moving up to second already. MFF Typical up to third. Flash 9 falling back to fourth. True Death in fifth. Perky 6th. Field Filler 7th. Mucka back to 8th. As we get through this bus stop here. All right, we got through that first lap. Typical taking a peek on the inside of Shovelhead. As this first stage is 11 laps. So Favre starting to stretch out his lead. And something happened there with Shovelhead coming through the inner loop. Here we are braking for that bus stop. Very easy to pile over each other, but they do it with such ease. And Favre stretching it out to about a 20 car length lead, maybe a little bit more. As you got typical run in second, True Death in third.
I'm joining right now, Niner.
I believe that's a field filler running fourth. Mucka up to fifth. But Perky working all over the back of that number 2 car as they go through the bus stop. Mucka had a great exit out of that bus stop. Shot out of there like a cannon. Shovelhead able to rebound, getting right back up there with Mucka in field. And Perky takes it a little wide coming out of turn 1. Almost hits that wall. Shovel gonna... tries not to get into the back of Perky. Runs it wide around. Coming out of the inner loop. Getting back up onto... Mucka into the wall a little bit. Going to give Shovelhead a easy run underneath him. Shovel's going to get 2 for 1 in that corner as he works his way back out onto the oval. Coming back into the back chicane. And Favre has checked out. Shovel goes wide in the bus stop.
He got a little help, it looked like. It looked like he got a little help from behind there. I think Mucka got into him a little bit. There is a, we figured out in practice, there is a half a car bubble. To where, as, looked like Macattack just smacked the wall hard coming off of the last corner. There's a half a car bubble to where, it may not look like you get into the guy, but on one person's screen you do, and the other person's screen you don't.
And Favre has checked out. Gets up into the wall a little bit coming out of the inner loop. All right, Shovel's going to try again to get around Mucka and Perky. He's got back up to him.
Perky's starting to pull away from Mucka and Shovel. Trying to put some distance.
Now, I know I say this weekly, me and Shovel are really good friends. he has put down some laps at the Charlotte Roval. He's been working on this track, since before the playoffs even started.
If I'm not
Oh, he
mistaken, I
gets on
believe
the
in,
inside of Mucka and gets the pass, makes the pass. It wasn't pretty, but he made it.
if I'm
Now
not
he's
mistaken, I believe it was far during practice that he hit a 113.
he did. Shovel hit a 113 the other day as well. And tonight, Favre qualified on the pole with a 114 flat. And
That is flying around this track.
That's at 1 times wear too,
Yeah,
with a 3 times wear setup. Yeah, it's nuts.
that is flying around this track, a 113.
It is. So Favre, you can barely see him around the corners when you're riding with second place MFF Typical. He can barely see the back end of Favre every once in a while going around a corner. That is the distance that Favre has left. There he is going around the next corner up there. Shovelhead able to get around Perky. Now he's got to work all over field filler. And that's for 4th. Favre with a 5-second lead right now over second place MFF Typical, as we are working lap number 7 of 11 here in the FRR Roval 200, brought to you by redfeatherleather.com. If you need any leather needs for Christmas, go ahead and put your orders in now. That's redfeatherleather.com. That's my sister's company. She handcrafts many leather belts and bags and saddle bags, and girl's talented. Don't ever want to mess with a girl with a leather needle, I can tell you that.
Hell
Oh,
no.
Shovel hard into the wall coming out of the front chicane. All right. Working lap number 8 of 11, coming around to get 3 to go. Shovel all over the back of field filler, trying to get that 4th position away. Remember, Shovel is running with that group in the back. He came in here the last guy in the point standings, and to advance, you just don't have to be last. And he is racing his teammates, True Death, who was 1 point ahead of him and is now running 1 position ahead of him on the track, and Twitch, who was 5 points ahead of him. So Shovel doing all he can to not be the last man in points tonight and be the next one knocked out of the playoffs, as we are coming up on the end of a stage where we have 3 laps to go in stage number 1 here in the Bank of America Roval 200.
Oh, Shovel lost it. He almost spun it out.
He did, as Perky gets up underneath him. Perky looking for that pass for 4th. Oh, for 3rd. Typical has spun and is in the back of the pack. So move True Death up to 2nd. And Favre just in a zip code alone, dude. He's already through the bus stop, and the rest of them are just now coming out of the backs onto the back stretch. So here comes True Death coming through the back stretch chicane. Here comes Shovelhead right behind him with a train of folks following Shovel.
Yeah, behind Shovel you got that man Perky and Field Filler.
And Field Filler and Mucka. And Typical. All right, 2 laps to go here in stage number 1. Is Favre coming around to get the white flag, stage number 1. One more lap to go here before he collects his 500th stage win of the season.
Yeah, he's just been dominating.
I want to say I'm not exaggerating. This is like stage win 40 something. See, we've had a total. This is race 30, 31. So we've had a total of 64 stages. 63 stages, excuse me. And he has won well more than half of them.
Niner, you might want to check your mic kind of low in my headset.
I'm sorry, I'll move it closer to my mouth.
There you go.
All right, and as they dubbed him in the beginning of the season, the Stage Slayer. Oh, Rex coming across. Oh, he wrecked. Oh, that's going to be hard for Stage 2. He's got a ton of damage. A ton of damage.
Into the wall. Shovel scrapes the wall coming off the last turn.
Oh, Favre with a ton of damage coming to the checkered flag, or the green and white checkered flag.
That is going to hurt, especially starting.
That is going to definitely change stage number 2.
Yeah, because it don't look like True Death has any damage. So that might.
He has 6 seconds of damage. All right, and your top 10 for stage number 1: Favre, True Death, Shovelhead, Perky, Field Filler, Mucka, MFF Typical, Flash 9, Dan the Man, and Pittman. Yes, Favre had 6 seconds of damage from that wreck right there. That's going to put him restarting in 8th position. And that's going to put True Death and Shovelhead on the front row.
Well, now we should probably see a good show watching Favre try to come through the field.
Ooh, Favre hits that wall coming out of the inner loop.
You got Shovelhead.
Shovelhead taking a peek on the inside of True, taking a peek on the outside, getting him in the bus stop. Put Shovelhead up front.
Now True Death needs to recover before Field Filler and that man Perky get around him.
Ooh, Perky hard on the brakes. Shovelhead biffed it coming out of the front stretch chicane. Put True Death back out front. Perky getting low on Field Filler, but hitting the wall. Going to give Field Filler the power coming into the inner loop.
Oh, True Death goes up high, and Shovelhead gets around him. Oh, and True Death was a crossover. Good move.
Teammates? There's no teammates in playoff racing. Oh.
Not when you're battling to stay alive for a championship.
That's right. These two, I mean, they're battling to stay alive for the championship, but more than that, they're battling for the stage win because they see who is coming in fourth. Restarted in eighth and is already right up there with them. And that is Favre in
Perky got a penalty.
In that red Apple Busch Light machine.
Perky tried to jump that little turtle there on the last turn of that chicane going onto the front stretch, and he got a penalty.
Favre said damage. Yeah, hold my Busch's Apple Busch Light beer. Watch this. Let me give you guys a head start. I'll still get you. And here he is all over the back of Shovel for second after restarting eighth just 3 laps ago. Favre in third, but putting on a clinic tonight, boys. Oh, my gosh.
They don't have to pit in this stage either.
They do not. Shovel needs to run up. He got up a little high, and that's all she wrote for that. Favre's going to take second right here, and now he's got his sights set on the number 3 of True Death. And in 2 corners, he has caught True Death. His car is on a rail, dude. This is fun to watch. All right, Favre all over the back of the 3 car, going to take a peek to the inside, going into turns 5 and 6. All right, as they're coming down through the inner loop, coming out of turn 7. Or 13, excuse me. It looks like Bam Bam Twitch has retired for the night. And I just want to say I am super proud of Twitch. He went way deeper into these playoffs than anyone thought he would. And he put up a very good effort this season. And for being only 16 years old, man, hell of a kid. And he's got a bright future in e-racing. And he's going to be the guy that loses out tonight. He's going to be the one that doesn't make it to the next round. So everybody left in the race is safe. They're going to make it through the next week at Las Vegas. But just huge shout out to Twitch, man. What a great kid. Definitely has worked his ass off this year to just be completely better than where he was at the start of the season. If he doesn't win Rookie of the Year, I don't know who's doing the voting. But, man, it's sad to see him go this early in the race. But, like I said, a huge shout-out to Twitch, man. What a great kid.
Favre looking on the inside of True Death coming out of the chicane.
He is. True Death going to try to crowd him going into the front stretch chicane. But Favre just going to power through there. Oh, but this is where he wrecked coming at it. Ooh, going into the end of stage 1. All right, we got 5 laps to go. Here in stage number 2.
Shovelhead has fallen back as he got passed by Typical, Flash 9, and now Favre is all over the back end of him. I don't know what position this is for, but I'm sorry, field filler all over the back end of them. This is a battle for 5th, 6th,
Third,
no, 4th, 5th,
fourth,
and 6th.
yeah, third is typical. Fourth is Flash.
Field fillers in 6th. Typical, catching True Death. And passing, looks like he's going to pass him on the outside. He'll put Typical up to 2nd, True Death back to 3rd, Flash 9 and 4th.
Shovel 5th and field filler running in 6th. Sorry, I'm trying to talk Bam Bam Twitch into joining the broadcast tonight.
Oh, that would be a good special guest right now. Favre has just pulled away.
He has.
I would like to see if Typical can try to run him down.
True Death trying to hold back Flash 9. All right, we are going to get Bam Bam in here in just a second.
There you go. Wow,
literally just a second. Man, somebody I am so proud to call my friend. Bam Bam Twitch, man, what a great season you've had up to this point. It's not over yet. You've still got 5 races left to go get your first win of the season. But, man, what a valiant effort, and you went really far into these playoffs. I'm so proud of you, dude. Welcome into the broadcast.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Sucks to see that 7 Brandt agriculture car parked on pit road. But I know we've talked privately. We kind of knew that the Roval was not your first choice of races tonight. But good effort and great season, man. Great season. So what has your first season in FRR been like, man?
I will say a lot of ups and downs. You know, a lot of good finishes, a lot of bad finishes. I fought all year long for every single point that I could get. And it was a really bad start to the season. I think I wrecked the first 3 races. Like, I was 19th in points or something.
Just let me throw this out there real quick. You wrecked your teammate in the first 3 races. Just throwing that out there.
But I just gave it all that I had and just stuck with it all year and made it a lot harder than what I thought I was going to.
All right, Favre coming around to get that white flag in stage number 2.
Flash 9 looking to the inside of True Death. These guys have been battling for the last 2 to 3 laps.
Yeah, and you've got
is right there as well.
Yeah, True Death, Shovel, and Flash 9 fighting hard for that 3rd position. But like I said, everyone that is still in the race is safe.
Oh,
Flash gets loose.
He got into the wall and then Shovel just bullied his way right through there.
Hey, you're fighting for every point. So Favre coming around through the backstretch chicane for the final time in stage number 2. Let's see if he can make it to the checker or the green and white checker flag without totaling his car this time. And Favre gets it. Stage number 2 here in the Bank of America Roval 200 presented by Red Feather Leather. Favre, typical, True Death, Shovelhead, Flash 9, Field Filler, Mucka, That Man Perky, Pittman, and Dan the Man is your top 10. So Twitch, are you gonna be back next season?
If I get it right, I'm definitely gonna be back. But
Heck yeah.
We'll see what happens.
With your performance this year, man, you should have no problem finding your ride.
I have no doubts. No doubt at all that you are the top of somebody's board. Especially with the way you have performed here in the last, I would say about the last 10, 15 races. All right, so True Death with the lead coming into stage number 3. Favre right there in set.
Second. Oh.
And
Second.
still in second.
Oh, he brushed the wall.
He did.
That opens up for Typical.
It did. Typical got that inside line.
Flash 9 trying to follow Typical through. Oh, thought better of it going into the chicane.
They're going that chicane double wide. That's something only the greats can do.
Well, Favre and Typical just made it through, so.
Oh, well, okay, maybe not the greats. Just messing. I love both of y'all equal. No, I don't. I love Favre more. All right, Typical got a great launch out of the front stretch chicane. Closing in on True Death. True Death leading this stage number 3, where we have 25 laps to go in this Bank of America Roval 200, presented again by RedFeatherLeather.com. If you guys have any Christmas gifts or anything you want, belts, bracelets, it's more than just leather. Take a look at that website. That's RedFeatherLeather.com. And make sure when you place your order, you let them know that the FRR gang sent you. Favre having a hard time getting past Typical. Ooh, Typical not afraid to use his back bumper. Man, and for those of you who don't know, Twitch actually used to broadcast with me when I started the whole broadcasting journey. It was me and Twitch broadcasting for a couple other leagues. So he is no stranger to being up here in the booth.
So you're saying I got some big shoes to fill? Great.
I mean,
no pressure on me.
He's what, 16 or so? He's probably wears like a 9.5. Probably not that big a shoe.
Who's your pick to win tonight?
I was just thinking that. I mean, bro, it is hard to bet against that number 4 Busch Red Apple Mustang. But, man. You know, Petrell, I'm going to let you go first. Who are you going to pick?
I already know you're going to pick Favre. I'm going to go with that number 22. I'm going to go with Typical.
All right.
Although it is kind of hard to go against True Death because he's got a strong car. He's been in the top 2 the whole time. So
it is. And
Typical just took the lead.
He did. Twitch, who are you going with?
I'm going to go with my Captain True.
Go with his Captain True. Oh, what a good sailor you are. And
You're going with the number 4, we know.
I am not. The number 4 is going to get a black flag going in the pits.
Ooh.
Because when he has a dominant car like this, that seems to be what happens. And the person who is going to be happy about that the most is going to be none other than Justin. The number 8 car of Shovelhead, that Cat Chevrolet, is going to be in victory lane tonight.
Wow, I guess people have strong opinions about that.
What's that?
I guess people have strong opinions about that.
Yeah. I mean, now it's a race for me to see who's going to get their first win in FRR. Is it going to be you or is it going to be Shovelhead?
Well, according to your pick, you're saying Shovelhead.
I am saying Shovelhead. Damn straight.
Twitch, how's your car for Vegas next week?
One thing for sure, a lot better than Charlie Roval. I'm not sure it is. I know my Vegas car is a lot better for Vegas than it is for Charlie Roval as well.
I'm looking forward to practicing with you guys Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. That way I can have a good opinion on who I'm going to pick. Or a good option of who I'm going to pick for the race next week.
Don't pick me. Every single time someone picks me, I mess up.
I can't remember if I picked you or not.
Oh, I believe somebody picked him at Bristol.
Yes, you picked me.
Heartbreaker.
I'm just waiting for these races to go down and so we can go to frickin' Martinsville.
I am honestly, the race I'm looking forward to the most the rest of the season is Homestead.
Miami.
Yep.
I think that's going to be a good one.
You have a good Miami car.
Yep. If I need to, I'll put Favre on the wall.
Oh, Lord. That's what Martinsville's for.
Beep, 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 beep. We're censoring that.
That'll do it.
Oh, if you have any doubts about Twitch putting Favre on the wall, just go back and watch the spring Martinsville race. And Favre will turn around and put Twitch right back in the wall. That was a fun little adventure, that race.
I finished third, though. I'm not going to complain about it.
All right, so Typical stretching his lead out over Favre.
Dan the man just came out of the pits.
He did, so there's a lap car between the leader and second place. As we are coming down to 20 laps to go.
We have field filler on the pits. Mac Attack is in the pits. I don't know if he's out of the race, or
He is.
Well, I'm gonna go. I got school tomorrow.
All right, Twitch.
Past my bedtime.
Thank you so much for joining us, man. We'll see you next week in Vegas. And for any of those of you who don't follow our podcast, that's you can always find us on Spotify and Apple iTunes, and that's with Bump and Run with Bam and Dan, and we'll be having a new episode come out this Wednesday. So make sure you guys follow us there. We do talk about FRR and other fun games we've been playing online and real sports and just sit and bullshit for about 30 minutes. It's actually kind of fun. So make sure you jump on there and follow mine and Bam's podcast. Bam, have a good night, man. Don't forget to kiss your mommy good night. And eat your breakfast in the morning.
Oh, I don't forget my breakfast. Don't worry about that.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
Yep, see ya.
That's Bam Bam Twitch, the guy who fell out of the playoffs tonight, leaving everyone else in the race safe for next week at Vegas. And my vote for Rookie of the Year this year. All right, Typical and Favre getting close to pit stops.
yeah, I was just gonna say, should be getting close to pit stops. Some guys have already made their first one. I think you got to make two in this
I
stage.
do believe you have to make two in this stage. That is correct.
It doesn't look like Favre is cutting into Typical's lead.
No, it's I'm sitting here watching a few screens trying to find a battle, and I kind of got nothing.
Yeah, they're kind of strung out right now. I'm keeping my eye on pit road. As Typical goes by, Favre goes by, Shovelhead goes by. Oh, we got one coming down pit road. Who's that? That man Perky hitting pit road. Yep, there's no battles on the track. So right now it's going to come down to pit stops. The battle of pit stops.
It is.
Although it does look like Shovel was catching Favre.
Yeah, that's what I'm riding with right here, trying to see if he can catch and Favre at all. That seemed to be the only thing I could see, somebody kind of gaining on is this round of. We're in the middle of a green flag pit stops.
Oh!
Shovel hard into the wall.
He hit that turtle on the last turn again. Favre is catching Typical. He is closing in, slowly but surely.
He is, as our leaders should be hitting pit road this time. And they are.
Here they come. And Shovelhead is coming down with them.
As we've got 17 laps remaining here.
Oh, let's see. Oh, who's coming down pit road? Mucka hitting pit road. Pittman hitting pit road. And there's a battle coming off of pit road.
Battle coming off of pit road between MFF Typical and Favre. This is your battle for the lead right here. Favre has caught Typical in the pits.
Yeah, this should be the battle for the lead once.
It is. Favre is running second, and Typical is running first.
Oh wow, they kept the lead.
They kept the lead going in the pits. As they are coming up on Dan the Man lap traffic. Typical doing everything he can to stay in front of Favre.
He has pulled away.
Shovelhead in third. Flash 9 running fourth.
True Death fifth. That Man Perky 6th, Field Fielder 7th, Mucka 8th, Pittman 9th.
Dan the Man gets up out of the way. Oh, blocks Favre just a little bit. Oh, man, that's going to give Typical a big lump forward.
Oh, Favre hits the wall coming out of the chicane on the backstretch.
All right, we've got 14 laps to go and one more pit stop. Flash 9 able to get around Shovelhead. So put Flash 9 up to third.
Oh, Favre again hits the wall. Favre is trying too hard to catch him. He keeps hitting the wall coming out of the chicanes.
Yeah.
If he just stays focused and hits his mark, I'm pretty sure he can catch him.
right, we've got 12 laps to go and one more pit stop still to go. All right. It looks like Favre's catching him, but
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell.
oh no, he's catching him. Hey, and look at that. Cowboy Kurt learning while watching YouTube tonight. He learned he was driving this track all wrong. The things you learn when you watch FRR on YouTube, man. Look, I'm just surprised at how many blue cones are still standing this late into the race. Had Notre Dame been out there, they'd have been wiped out like lap 3. God, he brakes so late after that one, dude. Everyone says brake at the 2, brake at the 1. He brakes at like 5, 10 freaking seconds past the 1.
I know in practice, some guys said they were braking at the red. If you look at the wall.
Yeah.
If you look at the
Favre
wall.
Super loose coming out of the front stretch chicane there. But he is all but caught. Typical.
Typical was into the wall as well, coming off the left, coming out of the left chicane. But if you watch going down the backstretch, you have the numbers, and then right after the 1, there's like the red on the wall.
Yeah.
A lot of guys said that's where they start their braking.
All right. Favre starting to catch Typical right in time to make it to pit road. As we have 9 laps remaining here in the FRR Bank of America Roval 200 presented by Red Feather Leather. Again, that is redfeatherleather.com. Make sure you check it out. If you don't want to get anything, at least check out the website so she gets some traffic.
I hope your sister's paying you for every time you say the name.
She's not, man. I really appreciate what she does. She's young, man. She's like 20, 21. But she has been doing this leather stuff for a long time. And she's a rodeo queen. I mean, she does it all. Barrel races, takes in stray horses, breaks, saddle breaks horses for people. Teaches kids how to ride. I mean, she does it all. She's a great person. So I told her I would definitely plug her, especially right here, right before Christmas, you know?
Yeah, that's a perfect time.
Oh, get your dad a new leather belt. At least now that I'm an adult, I'd give my dad a leather belt. That way, he, if I'd have got him when I was a kid, he'd have whooped my ass with it. Now I'll whoop his ass with it.
We've got to be closing in on pit stops for the leaders here.
We do. True Death on pit road.
Barb has really gained some ground on Typical.
He has. All right. And Favre has all but caught Typical here in the closing laps. We have 7 laps to go. They have to pit within the next lap and a half per FR rules. No, she's single. She is actually dating Derek Thorne's brother. Derek Thorne sat on the pole for the Snowball Derby last year and led it up until about 3 laps to go when somebody wiped his ass out. That's who she's with. She's with his younger brother. Travis. Travis is his name. Had to think about it for a second. Whew. Man, they're going to be cutting it close. All right. They've got to pit.
They have to, I think they have to pit this time.
53, 52, 51, 50, 49. They have to pit this lap.
Yep.
Or serve a drive-through penalty at Las Vegas within the first 3 laps.
And they're closing in on lap traffic as well.
Field filler would like you to know that he is not lap traffic. He is already pitted traffic, and he's running his fuel gear. And they bypass pit road.
No, I believe Favre hit pit road.
Favre hit pit road, but Typical did not. And I do believe that Typical is not ooh. Huh. No, there are 6 laps remaining. He's good. He's got to pit this lap.
Okay, so Favre is using pit strategy to try to overtake Typical.
I mean, I would go damn gas and go at this point, brother.
All depends on what your tires look like.
Well, they look like they're, I don't know, round and rubbery. Bounce if you put enough air in them.
I tell you what, that I used pit strategy in the truck race, and I took gas only and finished 3rd in stage 1 in the truck race. And Typical is hitting pit road.
All right, so your leader's hitting the pits. So let's jump on board with Favre the prison guard. Where are you at? Right there. See how he fares against Typical getting out of the pits. All right, we're coming down to 5 laps to go here in the Bank of America Roval 200. Brought to you by RedFeatherLeather.com.
Typical is exiting pit road right now. Let's see where they blend out here. I do not see Favre.
I do not see Typical.
Typical is just coming onto the main track right now.
Oh, he went total strategy.
And Favre, it looks like Favre is just coming onto the track
Favre
right
is just now coming onto the track. So with 5 coming down to get 4 laps to go.
And we have one car, it looked like.
Dan the
sitting.
Man.
Oh, he must have just got out of the way then, because I do see that he's back running.
He looked like he was just waving the white flag.
He looked like he was going to pick some flowers. He pulled over to pick some flowers during the race.
All right, so did Typical go 2 tires? I wonder.
Are you wondering who wrote the Book of Love?
That would be me. I wrote the Book of Love. My ex-wife will tell you different, though.
Wouldn't they all? Oh!
Ooh, typical
gets a penalty.
Gets a penalty. Oh my God! With 3 laps to go, Typical gets a penalty and give the lead to FRR Far Forever.
And you were talking about those blue cones. They just got a workout right there.
Wow. What a change of events and what a golden horseshoe. We haven't seen the horseshoe in quite a while, but here it is right back here with 3 laps to go. Someone went and shoved that horseshoe up there a little further. Oh, I would like to thank Typical for taking out all my cones, though, in a lighter note. Thank you, Typical. Normally that's my job. What a hack. Oh, man.
And the reactions that we have in our chat.
Oh,
Jinx
the YouTube.
says, wow.
YouTube is fantastic right now.
Cowboy Kurt said, well, because he said Typical had a 4.8 lead. Well, not anymore.
Now, let's not forget, Favre had a hard time getting out of this front stretch chicane in stage number 1 and slammed the wall.
He did.
Head on. Spun around. So it is not over yet. There are 2 laps remaining here in the Bank of America Roval 200. Which is slowly became, not this particular race, but in NASCAR, one of my favorite races of the whole season. I look forward to the Roval every year. And today was an extra special one because the Niners played in Charlotte at the same time the race was going on and kicked the Panthers' tails. Sure did, man. Look at all them blue cones. They're all gone.
Yeah, the Buffalo Bills kicked the rear end of the Pittsburgh Steelers today as well. That game was over at halftime.
I am glad we have 5 viewers right now. And Cowboy Kurt, love seeing old Kurt watching, even though I can read Favre's chats in his YouTube channel, my friend. I fixed it when you said something. All right. Taking his one last lap. Let's see what we have here.
Niner, we have a problem. There's still 2 blue cones standing up.
Yeah, I'm going to need someone to knock out them last 2 blue cones. All right, Favre coming around through the backstretch chicane for the final time tonight. Takes the hard right, hard left, hard right. Comes back around onto the track.
Oh, typical spun out. He's going backwards. And it looks like he got one of the 2 blue cones that were standing.
And out of the final turn, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. FRR Far Forever with his 11th win of the season, 12th win of the season. I ran out of piggies and toes for this one. I think this is win number 11.
I think Flash 9 got second.
So Flash is second, Shovelhead third, True Death fourth, Perky fifth, Field Filler sixth, Mucka seventh, Typical eighth, Pittman ninth, and Dan the Man rounds out your top 10. Favre, scroll. Favre, scroll. Scroll.
Hurricane Hall says, damn typical, from 0 to 0. That sucks. As he just crosses the start-finish line in reverse.
All right, let's get Favre, Shovelhead, and Flash 9 in here. $113,988. Favre's time for the night.
Man, that's flying. Typical had a 113,999.
And the driver of the number 8 Cat Chevrolet.
Hello.
Some of us know him as Justin, but y'all know him as Shovelhead. Man, you had quite the race today. It was up and down and up and all around, man. But you came back to get a top 3 finish. You saved yourself. You're around to the next round. How was that race for you, my friend?
Awful. I drove like complete crap. I was
Oh.
lucky to finish third.
It looked like a rough one for everybody out there tonight at one point or another. But congratulations on a top 3 finish and getting the points and getting through to the next round. And Bring it on in Vegas, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, and we are also joined. Is Flash 9 in here?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's here.
Flash. All right, dude. Had a little bit better finish than old Chase Elliott today. How was that run for you?
First part of the race was just trying to have a positive record in dodging cars. I think the shovel hit the rumble strip weird coming out of the infield, one of the right-handers, and
Yeah, like turn
I
4
could,
or whatever.
yeah, I couldn't avoid him, and had to go to the back, but we were both able to rebound and just trying to be smooth. I thank Favre for helping me out. Just really trying to drive the track a little bit better and putting in the practice and use some pit strategy to leap over the 3 on the first stop we had to do, and then it was just trying to outrun shovel for third, and then the 22 blew a tire, I think, on the last lap, which helped me get second. But we'll keep stringing along those top 5s on road courses. Someday maybe I'll get up there about 20 more seconds closer to the lead and challenge Favre.
Well, challenging Favre right now is something you are definitely doing. These points are so close at the top of the heap. The battle between you and Favre is just getting tighter and tighter week by week. Oh, man, it's going to be good. We've got 3 races left before we decide who's going to Phoenix, and we're going to Vegas, where you won in the spring by that much over Favre. So it's going to be a good race next week, and I'm excited for it, man. Congratulations on a nice top 3 finish tonight. We'll see you next week in Sin City. And speaking of sinning, 11th win of the season, and this one I felt was gifted by a 2-tire strategy on that last pit stop. Favre, congratulations, man, getting the big win here at Charlotte tonight. Looked like you had a rough ending to stage 1, put you back in the back of the pack to start stage 2. But it was fun riding with you through the field, man. Give us a little brief summary of your night tonight.
Very tiring. I cannot wait to get out of my rig because I am absolutely soaked from driving so hard. Typical, I feel horrible for him. He had an amazing car and had an amazing race. It got to one point where he was up at like 3 seconds on me, and I got back up to his bumper coming out of pits after the first round of pits in the 3rd stage, and we were trying to get around Dan the Man, and I didn't want to lift off the gas to let him pull away anymore. And in hindsight, I should have, because Dan the Man was up there, and it wasn't his fault whatsoever. He was letting off and letting us go by, so I appreciate him doing that for us. But I ran right into his back end, so that brought the lead right back up to what it was. And then I just went into, okay, I'm either going home wrecked or I'm catching him. And I caught him, and I would mess up and hit the wall. But the entire stage 3, I had 97 or 96% aero, so I was tight. And there were 4 laps where I hit 113.9s. And that's when I was catching him. I was catching him towards the end of the fuel run. But I don't know what would have happened, to be honest, because obviously he had hit the wall, and then after he hit the wall, it bounced him back onto the grass, and it gave him a penalty. But I don't know if, because I knew he did a 2-tire stop or a no-tire stop, so I thought he might blow a tire, which he ended up doing, but I thought that was my only chance pretty much to win. So, I mean, I'll take him any way I can get him. I feel horrible for Typical. I definitely let him know that he was the better car tonight and the better driver, but that doesn't, it's not showing, so.
Yeah, it was really interesting, especially after that last pit stop where we saw how much of a gain he made. I was like, that must have been a two-tire stop, and I didn't know how that was going to go because I was watching your stream. I could see where your tires were, and if his were even half there, half as good as yours. I mean, I didn't think he would be able to make it all the way to the end. It just sucks that happened right there on the last lap. But yep, gives you another checker flag for the season. And moving on to Vegas, where, like I said, you lost it by just the nose, barely the nose of your car. And in the spring, it's going to be a good one next week. And then we're on to Homestead, Martinsville, and the championship race at Phoenix.
So I got to say one thing quick. Flash, as a token of appreciation, I'll take help at Phoenix.
I don't have a setup for Phoenix.
Great run by you tonight, man. You've really impressed me on road courses. You're getting a lot more consistent from when I first met you, and you did a great job. And Mucka, thank you again for running an awesome league. Couldn't imagine not being a part of this group of guys because it's a pretty amazing league.
Oh no, you're more than welcome.
It is pretty fun, and it is sad. We did have to say goodbye tonight to Twitch. He is the one that fell out of the round of 8. We have 7 drivers left, 3 races to decide who's racing for a championship. Stay tuned right here every Sunday night for the next 4 weeks, where we will decide who is going to be your 2022 FRR regular or overall season champion. Man, this has been a long season. Guys, once again, it's Favre with the win. Number 11, 12, 15, not quite sure. I have to look at my tally marks here. And his 47th stage win of the season. We'll catch you guys next week in Las Vegas, where it's going to be close. Like I said, in the spring, it was won by a bumper. Stay tuned. We'll catch you guys next week right here on the FRR YouTube channel.